by Krishna. So Krishna in the previous verse he said that any activity, there are 5 factors involved, 5 entities involved. And now he is going to elaborate on these 5 entities, about giving some information about each entity and its description. Let's see that in Shloka number 14. Adhishthanam tatha karta karanam cha prithagvidham vividhascha prithak cheshta daivam chaivatra panchamam. So here Krishna is saying, what are the 5 factors? Panchamam. What are the 5 factors of action? Adhishthanam. Adhishthanam refers to the place of action, referring to this body. Tatha karta, the doer or the spirit soul. Karanam, the instrument or the senses. And these are various different types of karanam. Cha prithak vidam. Vividascha prithak cheshta, many different kinds of endeavor. And daivam, ultimately the super soul. So these are the 5 factors of action. First, the body, that is adhishthanam. Then karta, the doer or the spirit soul. Then karanam, that is the senses that we have. And then we have after that karanam, and then the various cheshta, that is endeavor. And finally daivam, that is the super soul. So these are the 5 factors which are involved in any action. And here it is very clearly told by Krishna. He has proved it very nicely that we are just one of the 5. We are not the only doer. This is the best thing that Krishna is trying to teach us here to help us overcome the doership mentality. Here it is said, the word adhishthanam refers to the body. So adhishthanam means the body that we can see, or that which is held by the skeleton. That is called as adhishthanam. In fact, adhishtyate, that which is ruled by the soul, the spirit soul, is called adhishthanam. That is the body. So the soul rules the body. Now here it is said, the soul within the body is acting to bring about the results of activity and is therefore known as karta, the doer. The spirit soul is the one which will desire, and it is something which wants to accomplish the various actions. So the spirit soul is specially called as karta or doer. So we understood about adhishthanam and karta. Now let's see the third one. The instruments of action are the senses, and by the senses the soul acts in various ways. So all the senses that we have got in the body, all the gross senses and even the subtle senses for that matter, that is mind. So all of them play a very important role in accomplishing in any task. Any task. Yes. Like for example, the eyes, which see, the ears which hear, the nose which smell, the hands and legs, which do activities. So in this way we understand that these senses play a very important role in doing any activity, any action. And then, for each and every action there is a different endeavor. Now if we want to get some action accomplished, so there is a different endeavor that is involved by the spirit soul with the senses and the body. So all of them, they come together, they endeavor to accomplish that particular action or to set that action in motion. Now here it is said, but all one's activities depend on the will of the super soul who is seated within the heart as a friend. The super lord, the supreme lord, the super cause. Now here it is said, okay, you might have the body, you are there in the body has senses, and the endeavor is also there. But then if there is no sanction from the Lord, that action cannot happen. Cannot happen. This is a very important point to be noted. Without sanction of the Lord, nothing can happen in this world. Nothing. So Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita itself, Maya dhakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetu nanena kauntaya jagat viparivartate. He's saying Maya dhakshena. Under my supervision, this entire material world works. And that's true. Without Lord's sanction, even the blade of grass cannot move, even our finger cannot move. So here we understand the glory of the Supreme Lord. But many times people say, see, anyways, the Lord is controlling everything. So anything that happens is because of Him only. So where are we involved? So it's okay. Our life is like a robot, where we are just going on and on. So we need not think about good activities, bad activities, etc. It's okay. See, our life is not like that of a robot. Let's understand this very clearly. We as Jivatmas, we will desire. And Lord will never force us to do anything which we don't desire. Never the Lord will force. So Lord has given us the free will. We access that free will and we rule over this body and senses, and we endeavor to do any action. And what Lord does, based on our karma credits, He sanctions our desires. That's it. But then He will never force us. Never. So this point has to be very clear, that we are not robots. We have our free will. And using that free will, we desire various things, and Lord sanctions our desire based on our karma credits, and then after His sanction, the action actually starts. So this point has to be very clear philosophically to all of us, so that we don't misunderstand the Lord's position in our life. In fact, He's acting as our servant. We desire and He's sanctioning. He's helping us to accomplish. Yes. He is not that personality who just squeezes us in and out and take the sadistic pleasure. He is that very, very great personality who has become our friend eternally from time immemorial. But somehow we have failed to recognize His friendship. And we are very much engrossed in this world to find a friend who can help us to do various activities. But bhakti is that process which helps us to turn from the friends of this world to the eternal friend who is always there with us, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Yoga means to connect. Bhakti yoga means by doing bhakti we connect. Connect with whom? The soul connects with super soul. That is bhakti yoga. So when you're chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this is what is happening. We get connected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That link which we have lost, the missing link, what happens? That link which we have lost, that link which we have missed, that gets revived when we practice devotional service. Here it is said, under these circumstances, he who is acting in Krishna consciousness, under the direction of super soul situated within the heart, is naturally not bound by any activity. Those in complete Krishna consciousness are not ultimately responsible for their actions. Everything is dependent on the Supreme Will, the Super Soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is called as being one with the Lord, where our purpose where Lord's purpose and then our purpose are in sync. So we are just following the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And when we do that, we are free from all the reactions, all the karmic reactions. So as I already said in the previous video, that we might not be able to hear the voice of Super Soul, but then the same Super Soul has manifested externally in his original form as Krishna and has given us this Bhagavad Gita. So it's our duty to make sure that we read this, understand this, implement this, and live our life by this. And when we do that, we'll be free from all the reactions of the activities that we do in our day-to-day life. And that basically goes on to say that we'll be advancing very fast in Krishna consciousness and go back home back to Godhead this very life. So we have to continue practicing devotional service, and when we keep doing that, when the contamination is getting removed slowly and steadily, and when we become fully purified as a pure devotee, then we can hear the voice of Super Soul and do what the Super Soul wants us to do. That is the perfection of life, working for Krishna. And now what we are supposed to do is, we have to follow what the representative of Krishna is telling us. And in our life, it's Srila Prabhupada. So when we follow what Srila Prabhupada is telling us, it's equivalent to following the words of Krishna. And because of that, what will happen? We'll advance in bhakti and become perfect to break the cycle of birth and death and go back home back to Godhead. So Krishna is continuing the same theme about the 5 factors. Let's go deeper into this particular subject matter in the future verses. Let's see some of the aspects in the next video. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna